This is day 5 of the Messy Confessions, and today's topic is about mental illness. I was diagnosed with PTSD about 2 years ago at this point. I had to go in my brain places and go, okay, where are we? Year-wise, What was funny about this is I was misdiagnosed for basically since 2004, 2005-ish. And they were saying I had schizoaffective disorder at first. They said I had bipolar disorder. I've had every disorder because they all look similar. I especially learned that in this program that I'm in, the social work program, because I just took a class on mental health assessment, and I was finally in the DSM, which is the book that you use, the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, which has all the little things in it that say, this is what you have to meet, the criteria to have this disorder. They are so similar. We ain't going to get into discussion about DSM, but they are so similar. So it makes sense to me now why I kept getting misdiagnosed. And of course I knew that the reason that I had some of these mental health issues is the stuff that I've discussed in the other videos. The way that it manifests for me is a lot of times I disassociate, which basically looks like this. My partner has went, hello, you there? Hello? And I'm not there. That's what my partner has learned. I also get like this weird fog in my head when something starts discussing something that reminds me of what I've been through in the past. So sometimes I'll be trying to talk to someone and I'll just be like, I'm here, I promise I'm here, but I'm not there. And I feel like maybe the only reason I'm able to do these videos is because I'm talking to a camera. So I'm not talking to anyone, so my brain isn't triggered. I don't know. But they've been relatively okay. Like, I have not had a lot of issues recording these. Of course, it could be because I'm recording it all in one day, because I'm like, I ain't doing this over and over and over again. I don't want to end up like, not going to happen. It wasn't until about two years ago that I understood that I had PTSD. I had a relationship end, and I went nuts. This isn't a confession, but it is, I guess. I tried to kill myself during the month of November. Like, I call it the November from hell. Not in this last year, it was like 2 or 3 years ago. And I was cutting into myself. I had a disassociative moment, and I cut into my hand, and I came out of it. It was the second one. First one, I just tried to kill myself. And they put me in the hospital, and I was just in and out of the hospital. And I didn't know what was going on. Because I'm like, I know this relationship ended, but why am I so off kilter because of it? And it's because it brought up all this stuff from my past, and I didn't feel safe anymore. And so my mental illness and my PTSD basically came full front. And it wasn't until I was in a program. They put me in this program called Subacute, which it's not like I went into a psych ward. It's different than that. It's where you could still like go out into the world if you're escorted with somebody, because you just have to relearn some skills. You have to learn how to go back and be in the world. And it was through there that I started understanding like the PTSD and that I had triggers. And they used a word, hypervigilance, which means if I'm in a crowd of people, I do this. I gotta know what's going on around me all the time. And it's like that. Once I understood those things, I was able to challenge a little bit. Like, by challenge, I mean get over it. I was able to go, okay, what are going to be my sword and my shield to actually fight this PTSD? And it's helped now that I know what it is. But I still find myself challenged every day with it because I don't understand everything. And that's why therapy is really important whenever you have a mental illness. Sometimes you have to recognize too that like medication might not be what you need. With PTSD, sometimes medication doesn't help because it's your brain. You're remembering something that actually happened to you. So I'm not on medication right now. But for a lot of people, like with depression and other stuff, you need to be on the medication. If your doctor prescribed it to you, take it. It's there for a reason. Uh, Me personally, I'm not on any, like I said. We don't talk enough about the realities of our world. And for me, I have to deal with mental illness every day. So that's my reality. Now, tomorrow's is going to actually be an interesting one. It's a confession about books, and I've talked about this a little bit, but tomorrow is about books.